Hey, what up, Doom? We're going to do a lot of stuff today. We're going to do maps, we're going to do breach boss, we're going to do ritual boss. But yeah, we'll be doing more Sekimus today too. I just like doing Sekimus, and we're still chasing that big spirit against the darkness hit. So we're going to be playing that until... you know, we're going to at least be grinding Sekimus every day until we get that spirit hit, you know? We've been chasing it for long enough that it would be silly not to keep doing it, right? But we're going to do a lot of stuff today. I pre-crafted a bunch of maps. I've got lots of boss attempts, not just the ones that are in my bag. We're going to do some maps, too. I crafted some maps, so we'll do some maps. I want to get some temple runs in, too, so we'll be, like, trying to get some Atziri kills. We'll be doing a lot of stuff today. But, of course, more Sekimus. How's it going, guys? Yes, but not right this second. Right now I'm still in the self-craft mode. At some point, I'm trying to craft, like, insane versions of, like, I want to get, like, a double corrupt of all my rings and, like, get a double corrupt of everything. So at some point, I want to, like, try and pimp this character out to a crazy level. But I want to self-farm for now. But at some point, I'll be taking donations, because I'm going to try and double corrupt like 1 billion of these, because I want to get ones with percent increased damage, and then also have the attacks of added physical damage equal to 3% of maximum life to 4%. So that's going to be an expensive craft to get 2 of those. Man, both of these fucking brick the run hard. I mean, I guess we're taking Lose All Sacred Water on floor completion. And we'll just try and shop with what we get from bosses and then what we get, you know, in between. Unfortunate. Yeah, I do want to pimp this character out. This character will be probably my last character of the league. We'll see. But I'm going to be playing it for like another week or 2. Depends on how hard I go on the PoE 1 league. Oh, always do that. Okay, we're not gonna be able to afford anything. Let's plan. Unfortunate. Ooh, maybe we can hit lucky and cleanse the winter's drought. Hit Winter's Drought. Hit Winter's Drought. Ugh, we hit the armor. Unfortunate. This is going to be a really interesting run in terms of boons. We are not getting good luck on merchants at the moment. Luckily we got rabbit or hare's foot, but gonna be interesting to see what boons we have by the end of this run. I don't think it'll be many. Alright, we actually hit a merchant. Nice. Hopefully we can at least get one good boon. Rip, we hit the bug. No more rares. I wonder what causes this bug. All right. Fingers crossed we get a good boon here.
Stand tall. I shall aid you.
Oof.
Go with strength.
Oof, that's pretty much worst case scenario. I mean, we're about to lose all honor, so I guess I should full spend. Sure.
Always onward.
Alright, no ornate dagger. They should still fall over, though.
Quickly.
Probably can't afford. Ooh, I can't afford ornate dagger. Nice. Well, we got lucky here.
The choice is made.
That helps out the run a bit. Not that we need help. I've cleared this with like the worst afflictions and the no boons, so Minimap radius, reduce honor restored. Is this an ATD run? It is. It is. Pretty much only do against the darkness runs now. We're still fishing for that glorious spirit. Just a cell. But we're still chasing one. Fewer rooms ahead it is. These are definitely my favorite rooms when they're not bugged. But they just bug so much. Oh, I also hate the ones that have the worms in them that hide. So I suck at finding them.
I shall aid you. Fight with intent.
Seeing one fewer rooms ahead is definitely an L. We'll go here because at least has a choice. Okay.
Impressive endurance.
Alright, what are our choices? We want to make sure we go to spots that have like options, because since we can't see one extra ahead, if like these are danger options, like if we go here, it gives us 2 choices. If we go here, it gives us 2 choices, and it goes here, it goes for 2 choices. So no matter what, we're fine. We're not. No matter what, we're not fine, but there's no single choice, so we're fine. Hopefully. See if we get something that removes the sea further ahead. Nope. Hey, what's up, Garcia? Fingers crossed today's the day we get that glorious spirit gem. We're doing a lot of non-Sekimas today, though. We're gonna do some bosses. I got some maps crafted as well, so we're gonna do some, like, temple runs. But yeah, we're gonna do some plenty of, per usual, plenty of Sanctum.
Beware the scorpion's sting.
Unfortunate. I fucked up that snipe. Oops.
This was the end of the trial in my time. But I sense another being resides here. Perhaps you can challenge them if you can find them. Greetings. Go with strength. serve you.
Alright. So far, so good for Zarok. Alright, 2 choice, 2 choice, 3 choice. We'll risk the 2 choice.
For you,
Probably should have done the 3 choice though. Traps are faster or whatever.
but it is of no consequence to me.
What's this? Is a Sanctum?
Impressive endurance. I would give anything for a sip. I would give anything for a sip.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's to a single choice. So that could be scary. Fingers crossed.
Relish your mortality.
Oof. Well, that's gonna be a tanky Zarok. That's gonna be a tanky Zarok. 50% increased monster life. Not the end of the world. Another life stacking build? Yeah, I'm doing a Doomfletch build. Doomfletch. The glorious Doomfletch.
Clean kill. Rest a while. There is always a you will succeed. Fight with intent. Rest a while. We will succeed.
How do you freeze without Herald of Ice? Herald of Ice doesn't freeze.
A traitor and a Jew.
Cold damage freeze.
What a fitting pair.
Great challenge. Over.
Herald of Ice just makes things explode when you kill them and they're frozen. But ice cold damage is what freezes.
Good riddance. Greetings.
Where do you get cold damage from? From Doomfletch. From Doomfletch. The bow I'm using. The glorious Doomfletch.
Impressive endurance.
Super fun. This is probably my favorite build of the league in terms of like a craft of a build, you know. It was super fun to put together. And working way better than I expected.
This battle is ours.
I have seen what has come and what will be.
Missing time. Hardly seems fair. Need a moment.
This only ends one way.
Trying to break his armor, but not really doing much armor break versus him. There we go. Trying to get him in the middle, and I'm going to go for the snipe. There we go.
Your fate finds you.
Oh, I didn't barrage for the snipe. I'm a noob.
This changes nothing.
That 50% increased monster life with the, on top of the damage reduction from Against the Darkness run. Make him beef!
You may have this.
Alright, here we go. Spirit Fun.
You can wind back the fuck all
I mean, I never die in mapping. No resistances doesn't matter when you're running Defiance of Destiny plus Sacrifice of Flesh plus 1500 life recovery plus 1800 life. Like, you die when you're fucking stupid or you get hit by an Arbiter attack, you know, but this build's... Trust me, it's tanky. Defiance of Destiny with Sacrifice of Flesh is so much loss prevention that we're beef. Alright, here we go, Spirit Boys. Shit. Is this build expensive? It gets expensive for sure. Like, per usual. Every build feels expensive right now, but I was clearing red maps with this build with like a 15 divine budget. But, you know, as you start min-maxing stuff... Well, actually, these rings are expensive now. I mean, look at the clear on this. Abyss is easy when you're clearing off a screen with this skill. If you are dumb with any build and you stand in the hardest hitting shit, you will die. Yes, but don't do that. But no, this is a spiral volley build. You clear off a screen, like, it's so free. So free. I'll eat the fire bombs from Breach and I don't get one shot. I'll eat jet attacks. Don't get one shot. Trust it's tank. Trust it's tank. Damn, the full-time streamer's channel is bigger than the guy who streams like once a month. Sheesh. Supporting fire was fun, Krallis, yeah. Supporting fire was fun.
good news.
What's sold? Oh, nothing. And then there was a month break before that where I streamed for a couple days. And then there was a month break before that and I streamed for a couple days. This guy's trying really hard to rage bait. It's okay. He's bored and he'll tire himself out and go back to a PoE 1 channel soon. Oh yeah, Exalted are not worth picking up at this point. One thing it's like, I think it's a side effect of like all of the like the perfect and like the perfect and greater currency. Like a base exalted orb has no fucking value right now. Whenever like people want to slam perfect exalts into their gear and stuff, there's really like, outside of like very specific people who crap at the highest end, no one actually uses the divine orb in this game for a divine orb. Divine orbs are just fucking currency. Like, a lot of this game needs a touch up in terms of that kind of stuff.
We that dreamed. We in nightmare.
At this point, I don't even get excited for divines, because there's just so many items that sell for many divines, you know?
His message burns. Sun.
I don't know if Temple is getting nuked. I mean, okay, Temple is getting nuked in the sense that it won't be as good as it is, but I hope Temple's still competitive as, like, a league mechanic. You know, you still want the people who enjoy Temple to go inside of it, but, I mean, it definitely needs, like, A, to be a lot harder to build up, and, you know, probably not print that many divines. We just need Delve, though. That's the only thing we need for this game. Once we have Delve, we're good. Oh, I imagine that's like... If they don't... Like, that's what's crazy about Temple right now, is just how fast you can level characters with it. I imagine that's getting addressed. You can hit 99 in like a few hours. But I honestly don't have a big deal with Temple. Like, clearly the top end makes too much currency. But I think if it takes you like a month to 2 months to build up a sick-ass Temple, and at the end of that 2 months, you're at like 70 plus rooms, and it's like fucking the best currency farm in the game at that point, but the first month you're playing it, it's like kind of mid. Like, I think that's a good world to live in, but right now it's like, you know, it's just way too profitable, and too many people got it set up easily early on, so it was just like economy destroying. What's up, Twice? Hey, what's up, Angelos? What's the mission today? We're just grinding, trying to make some currency. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I mean, I don't, like, I'm not a PoE 1 aficionado, DeRosia. I don't know the difference between, like, the values between PoE 1 group farming and, like, what they do in Temple. I personally am not bothered. Ooh, ATD sold. I'm personally not bothered by others. Like, I'm not someone who gets phased, like, by group farmers or anyone making more currency than me. Like, that's always going to happen. I'm always going to be outclassed in terms of currency per hour. There'll always be some farm out there that someone finds that's just, like, way more efficient than what I'm doing. But, you know, the ceiling should be lowered for sure. I'm getting crazy lag all of a sudden. This is weird. I tried to time that snipe and I couldn't because of obvious lag. We're so tanky. I don't know what this lag is. This is crazy. Let's get out of this instance. Oh yeah, I don't like that Temple's character specific either. GGG does that like hit or miss depending on the mechanic. There's some mechanics from PoE 1 that aren't character specific, like Delve. Delve's account wide, but then there are League mechanics that are character specific. So I could see the value of both for this system because like some people like if it wasn't account wide, right? Let's just say I built a 60 room temple on my main and then I log on my alt and I want to do temple on it. It can't handle a 60 room temple, right? So if it's account wide, I have to either choose to not do temple on that character or wipe my account wide temple so I can start over on the new character. But what if I still want to farm it on the old character, right? So there's arguments for both. There's arguments for both. With Delve, it's account wide, and that's never been a problem, but with Delve, you can choose the depth you go at. So if you're on an alt, you know, you can choose depth 200 versus depth 1,000. But yeah, a little bit different. Man, I'm getting crazy lag randomly. I mean, yeah, that's another problem, Kaya, is like we have no idea what was intended and not intended from Temple. You know, because GGG said nothing, right? So it's possible that, you know, in next patch you won't even be able to build temples that big. Getting random lag. I don't like this. I guess it is Saturday night on NA servers, so maybe that causes some lag. This lag is crazy. Hey, what's up, Dirk? I mean, I'm sure Temple's getting reworked in some ways, because keep in mind, Temple, if it goes core, it'll be added to the Atlas tree. And Atlas tree will come with fundamental changes to how it's set up and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, the currency, like the ceiling on the temple needs to be lowered. Like, there's no doubt about that. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Give me a sec. Okay, I'll have to respond that later. Sorry, I saw a work message. All right.
of what my home feels like.
Where am I?
Ata Orewitma. The Wildwood's power is mine.
Well, PoE 1 League comes out in a week, and I'm probably just going to be like doing something in Delve. I might do like a Tempest Shield build and like play for a week. So there will be like a week break where I'll be like not playing the game. But I also might just, you know, it might be my last build, you know. I'm not going to force myself to play sometimes, you know. I enjoy the break. A diamond, a diamond. Yay. But I will be checking out the PoE 1 League. I don't have my Exile exchanged open. Let me see how much this one costs. I don't think Iron Refix is expensive. I can't remember it being. It sells for an annulment orb. You go into the Hall of Shame. I don't think I did do it. Oh, I did do it. No, I'm glad I checked. No, I suck at PoE 1. I barely play that game. It's quite possible this is my last league ever playing it, because PoE 2 is almost at the point where I like would play it for the whole off season, or rather. I don't have time to learn 2 games, and I like this game a buttload. But I am excited for all the PoE 1 changes that are coming. They got some really cool mapping changes. Zero Point will be a banger? Yeah, for sure. For sure. They've had so much cook time. And the endgame rework was supposed to be in this patch, which means it was like a day away from being done. So, like, it's probably, like, super cooked at this point. I'm okay overhyping it. But yeah, we made some upgrades to the build already, so we're just like, you know, farming for currency to do more cringe upgrades. Yesterday, I bought 3 socket boots with 60% socket effect. So I was able to get an extra 8% movement speed, which has put me at 42% base, and then, or 43% base, and then I got an extra socket with, because my boots yesterday were 1 socket with only 1 of these in them, but now I've got 2 of them in them, so it helped with the life recovery. And then we were able to get extra movement speed. So these boots were my upgrade that I purchased. Oh, and then I also I bought a bunch of Defiance of Destinies that were uncorrupted, and I just crafted on a bunch of them. And I finally hit one that had +1 to all skill levels, but unfortunately only had 10% increased maximum life and only 20% missing life before being hit. So this still needs to be min-maxed to a better version, but it's good enough for now. The next thing we're purchasing is an upgrade for Hate Forge. I need to get a Hate Forge with attack speed on it. And then after that, we're going to be trying to get a better Bursting Decay. We really want 2 Bursting Decays that are both at 4% of maximum life as physical damage, because as a Ritualist with the 25% increased effective rings, that 4% gets upgraded to 5%. So that means we're getting, yeah, it's good. It's good news. Big DPS increase by doing that. I was just braying off that entire fight. I was shooting, my bow shot actually does really good DPS, so I actually use bow shot a lot. Like sometimes, it depends on my mood if I'm wanting to use snipe or not, because sometimes snipe is just annoying to use. So sometimes my single target rotation is just rain of arrows with bow shot. Rain of arrows, 2 bow shots, rain of arrows, 2 bow shots, rain of arrows, 2 bow shots. And that burns most bosses pretty fast. But then, of course, Snipe with Barrage has the ability to one-tap a lot of bosses, so... Avatar of Fire. I doubt that's good. Yep. Back to the Hall of Shame you go. Yeah, right now we're saving up for a Hate Forge. I need like 1,000 to 2,000 Divine to buy a Hate Forge I want. And then after that, it's going to be crafting a bunch of Bursting Decays. And an Uncorrupted Bursting Decay is like 150 Divine, so that's going to be fucking expensive.
A sliver of what my home feels like.
Huh? Where am I?
The Wildwood's power is mine. The meaning is mine.
Hey, what's up, Claus? Hell yeah. Yeah, like, if I play one more build this league, it's going to be a Chayula Monk build. This character was almost a Chayula Monk, so... I would obviously do a different build on the Chayula if I did a new build, but... yeah. Good luck. I hope it goes well. Oh, we got an Omen of Corruption. Those are like 4 Divine right now. Oh yeah, I also got level 21 Corrupted of my gems, too, so... We've made some upgrades since yesterday.
Kill the stranger. Going for it. You are seen. The border. Patria cannot help you here.
Where am I?
Oh no, where are we? They probably want me to go up. Up and around to the left.
Patria cannot help you here. The Wildwood's power is mine.
Mine. No, I got frozen by the skill. And it interrupted my snip. You just gotta get to that Combs Heart level, Klaus, and then you'll feel the real spike in damage. But it really comes online once you get the rings at Leech. I hope you can figure out a way to get enough recovery. Curious what your tree is going to end up looking out like.
The border of my realm grows closer.
Where am I?
The Wildwood's power is mine. You are seen. The meaning is mine.
I just want your loot, dog. We like those. We like those a lot. Thank you, King of the Mist. Thank you.
Have an order?
I do want divine orbs. Thank you. 84 divine orbs for Whittlins.
Your order is
Excellent.
registered.
Excellent. That's always good news when that happens. You'll also need less regen because I need as much regen as I have because I'm using 3 rings. You're not using 3 rings, so you'll probably be fine, actually, now that I think about it. Not only am I using 3 rings, but my rings have 25% increased effect, so...
Your seed. Thornprick. A sliver of what my home feels like.
But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be playing or streaming the PoE 1 League. I might. I know I'm leveling a Tempest Shield something. Probably an Elementalist just for the lulz again. I played that 2 leagues ago. Or 3 leagues ago. I might play it again. Just to AFK delve.
The wild one's power is mine. The beginning is nigh. You are seen. Oblivion awaits.
Oh, my snipe got interrupted again. I gotta get better at timing that on this dude. Okay. Another whittling, please. Oh, fine. Fine. Alright, let's do a couple maps. I should get tablets. I hate map prep though. Okay. I want to do some temple runs today. Let's get some arbiter kills. Not arbiter kills. Architect. Not architect either. At Ziri. Got there eventually. One thing I like about this build, it is a build with good clear that has visual clarity with no lag. That is a major plus to me for this build. So used to going up there that I just clicked it up without thinking. All right, let's get some tablets. I know I have tablets someplace. It's been a while. Let's find Breach. Let's find Abyss. Find an irradiated. Mainly doing maps because I want a temple. But we're probably just going to be mainly doing like bossing today and Sanctum runs per usual. Hey, what's up, Angry? How you doing, man? Doing good, man. Doing good. Playing more of the Doomfletch. Spire Wall is OP. If it didn't slow you down when you use it, it would be like, it would be very close to Bullet Storm. But it's not quite Bullet Storm because, you know, it's not like a billion miles an hour. Hey, what's up, Ostro? How you doing? Woo! That's Amulet plus Sacrifice of Flesh. It's like the only reason I'm like comfortable playing Combs at all. I fucking hate, or a Veil of Night at all. I fucking hate Veil of Night's effect. This is like the first time I've been like, okay, I'm not like dying every 2 seconds with Veil of Night and not needing 14,000 life. Because Sacrifice of Flesh is also like a pseudo hit prevention. When you take damage from hits, 20% of life loss is prevented. So that helps a lot. Oh, we got a Lightless Void. So a new update on Car Collect. I'm actually planning on playing it tomorrow. I don't have time tonight because I'm at work, but I'm good, man. How are you? Hey, thanks for checking out the game, man. We're still pretty on in early access. We've got big plans to replace all of the shitty AI art, but I hope you enjoy the game. Most people who are fans of the genre enjoy it a lot. It's a new twist on the genre, and it's more focused on card collecting than it is on running a shop, but yeah, hope you enjoy it. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. This is actually my first Defiance of Destiny build, though. I've never used it before. I usually just prefer gem skill levels so much, but this is like the one build where it's like, Well, since it's scaling off of maximum life, you know, it's like got its own little scaling going on, which carries it. So it's like the first build I haven't felt the need to have a +3 amulet, you know, because +3 amulets are usually just fucking crazy, but clearly my damage without the +3 is more than good enough. Obviously, it's not perfect, you know, we're not one-shot Uber Arbiter tier. I don't know if that would make a difference with this build, though. If anything, I want, like, again, I need to get the better rings for the 4%, so I'm at 5% on all 3. And then I need to get more max life. Like, if I could hit 10,000 life with the 3 rings, I think we're going to be fucking annihilating bosses. Yeah, I sent out a bunch of keys over the last few weeks to anyone who's been streaming a game that's similar to Card Collection Simulator. You know, if you're playing TCG Shop Shim or any of those, like, card collection shop multiplayer, let's say you stream any of those games, I've DM'd people a key. Because I know they're, like, the target audience for the game, and we just need feedback right now, so... We're just sending it to people who are clearly fans of the genre. You know, obviously I could, like, ask all my, like, PoE friends and all, like, you know, my big streamer friends to play it, but, like, I don't think the game is ready for, like, that yet. We just want, like... to finish the game, which is, it's getting there, you know, it's got like over 10 plus 50, 20 hours of the grind in it, and then you can grind it much further, but yeah, we just released a patch today. Ooh, that was a big fire hit from that Abyss monster. Didn't kill me though. Yay, Defiance of Destiny with Sacrifice of Flesh. Gotta be careful of those life recover mobs though. That's funny, Ostro. Well, I hope this game ends up being a game you like in the long term, because our plan is to add many different TCGs to it. Right now, the game has 3 different types of card games you can collect, but, you know, hopefully with funding eventually, you know, we just hire artists to make lots of different, like, TCGs for fun ripping and stuff, and yeah. The game is kind of an accident. Like, it's a long story how we actually ended up being made. But the TLDR is when we played, like, all the card game shops, like TCG Card Shop Shim, we didn't hate the game, but what we wanted a game that was focused on card collecting and, not focused on the shop. So, like, in our next patch, we're adding, like, Master Set challenges and, like, different, like, Super Chase challenges and stuff. You know, the core of the game is ultimately collecting cards. But, yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Alright, boss time. Well, in our game, you still have to, like, so the loop of the game is, like, so, okay, when we, TLDR, again, this game started out as, like, a small 6-week project. It was never supposed to be a real game release. We were just doing something small on the side to, like, we were going to make a Flash game for our friends and, like, move on. But it was mainly supposed to be a learning exercise. We were just wanting to teach us new mechanics for our game development career. And the original game was you just sitting at a stream, ripping packs only. And what we found was, if you only rip packs, it gets very boring really fast. There had to be, like, a game engine attached to it. But we had to add, like, a game that was, like, not running a shop. So the game that's around the game is, you go to a convention center, and you sell your cards at your convention center to make money to buy packs. So you're not only ripping packs in the game, there's still a job you have to go do, but it is grounded in, collecting cards. I want to try this build now. Is it worth starting right now this late in the league? I mean, yeah, why not? You're gonna have fun. You want to play the build? Go for it, man. If you don't have any currency at all, it'll take, like, this isn't a build you can just, like, play right away with no currency, but, you know. If you want to, if it looks fun and you want to play it, man. Div would not be enough to get the build probably going, because the ring that's core to the build costs like 150 divine right now, so you'd have to like farm for a bit to get the currency to play the build. This definitely isn't like a budget-friendly build. It's using a lot of like fucking stupid uniques that are expensive, you know? I mean, if you sold gear, you know, like, the core item for this build is, like, I mean, you need a lot of core items, right? But I think you can get a cheap Combs, you can get a cheap Veil of the Night, you can get cheap Defiance of Destiny, you can get cheap Darkness and Thrones, you can get cheap Hate Forges. This bow, which is the core weapon of the build, is very fucking cheap because, I think I'm literally the only person using it this league. I don't know. I haven't actually checked PoE Ninja. But the expensive part, which is required for this build, is this ring. It's not required. I leveled to 60 with this build. You have to get a lot of flat physical damage, but what really enables this build to do well is this ring, and this ring right now is expensive. It's like 150 to 200 divine, so. I look forward to, I hope I get to check you out streaming at Astro, and I look forward to your feedback when you get around to playing it. We have a Discord, and, you know, you can always DM me on Twitch if you have feedback, but, yeah, I hope you have fun with it, man. And yeah, if the AI art is a concern, no worries. I know AI art bothers a lot of people. We don't want it long term. We just literally have negative budget. I put more of my own money into the company than I've gotten out. You know, it's like one of the... We're a two-man team, so, you know, with no publisher, so... The hope is we get sales before long. I mean, we've gotten a decent amount of sales. We've made a few $1,000s since our launch. But that just, like, is covering bank fees right now. Hopefully, with a Steam Spring sale, or whenever we leave early access, we make enough sales to where we can replace all the AI art with... And the goal is with community artists. We want to hire artists from the community to replace all the art. So it wouldn't be just like going to Fiverr and then buying a pack of art from some guy who's already pre-crafted it, you know. Every card will be redrawn by someone new in the community, is the plan. But we have to be able to pay them for that, so. Dreams are dreams. Alright, we got a temple run. Alright, we're actually getting a Ziri run here. Hell yeah. Alright, we get an Atziri kill. The chest from Atziri, I think it still sells for like a few hundred divine unidentified, so that's the jackpot here. I appreciate it. We have really good reviews, you know, and everyone who's played the game that's a fan of the genre. I mean, not everyone, you know. There are obviously people who don't like it. That like everyone likes it, but we have like a 93% positive view right now. So if we keep chipping away at it, hopefully it goes well. But the main goal is to go back to our original game, Castle Warriors, but we need to finish this one first before we can do that. We plan on leaving early access this year. Like, when the full release is going to be this year. We're, like, trying to get it done as fast as possible. We just dropped 0.2 not long ago, and we're, like, already, like, working on 0.3, hoping to have it out before long. I might have needed to clear those rooms at the front, to be honest. Yeah, this is unfortunately not a budget build. So if you have like no currency, you're definitely gonna have to farm. It's not hard to make a divine. If you just go do maps and you farm breach and you sell the splinters and the catalyst you get, you will make lots of divine. You go farm omens of light, you will make divine. But yeah, this build will definitely cost some money. Need to clear one more room, so we gotta clear this vault and then we'll be able to access them. Okay. All right. Royal Chamber, and then at Ziri.
Thorn hype.
Hey, Anonymous, thanks for the gifted subs.
We have to keep trying.
Appreciate you.
Perhaps the years have made you soft, Dorian.
Open the door.
Shall be long and slow.
No, Dorian, he's not dying.
This is the one.
He's my homie now. Alright. Can we get the body armor we desire?
This is it. Her chamber. I will hold
Booty.
Come now, give unto me your desire. At last, fulfill my soul.
Succumb to me.
Why I gotta time this fight? Nope.
I will have it all. Enough of this!
Pachiti.
They don't understand our connection.
Don't do it, lady. Don't do it, lady. Oh my god, she did it. Can I get in the snipe?
kill her quickly.
Pochiti! I don't know what the hell a pochiti is, but I'm sure it's gross. Alright, here we go, boys. Boss dead. Give me that body armor. Give me that body armor at Ziri. Here we go, boys. Hard work to build this temple up in a straight line to her. That's not the body armor. What happened? I was told the good loot was about to drop. Damn, we got hoed. Oh well. I don't care about killing Architect. We don't get to place a new Royal Chamber. Alright. Ever since the Aminamu fix, Abyssal Echoes went from 1 divine per 3 to 5 per 1, and I saved a couple hundred not realizing it would be that big in price shift. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to predict those kind of economy shifts, especially after, like, random patch notes out of nowhere. Yeah, I haven't farmed it. I haven't farmed Omens of Light since then. I did actually one day, but Miso's been farming them like crazy, and he thinks it's fine, so I trust Miso. Miso puts in work. Yeah, we got a lot of boss stuff we can do today. All these boss kills. Bunch of ritual bosses we can do. We got a bunch of Against the Darkness runs we'll do. Some breach bosses. Plenty of maps to do. Plenty of maps to do. Lots to do. Lots to do. Let's go do an ATD run. I love me some ATD runs. We are about to get a spirit gem, boys. But yeah, it's super nice now. I love being at 46% movement speed. Getting the 3-socket boots was a huge upgrade. With the extra 8% movement speed from the Rune of the Chase, it's super nice. I feel a lot faster. And I'm riding relic drop chance relics now. Yeah, we're just trying to maximize profit at this point. We probably need like a mirror worth of currency to finish this character, so we'll see if we can get it.
Impressive endurance.
You want a dry spell of spirit ATDs? Let me put it this way. I'm a spirit ATD virgin. It ain't no dry spell, brother. It ain't no dry spell. I have never seen a spirit ATD ever. Ever. No, I can't complain. I've seen Last Flame, so you know that's pretty damn lucky in return. But yeah, I've never seen a spirit ATD. Like not even in just like not isolated to this league, like literally ever. The cool thing about previous leagues was other Against the Darknesses had value. But for whatever reason, this league, especially this late in the league, early on in the league, other ATDs had value, but at this point, it's only Spirit ATDs.
Stand tall. I would give anything for a sip.
But yeah, single Spirit ATD is 2 divine, or 2,000 divine right now, so all we gotta do is hit one once.
A great challenge overcome. A moment of respite.
Ooh, both of those are annoying. We'll take the one fewer maps ahead. And just hope we get the additional map ahead. I hate that bug whenever you're sprinting, whenever you take the physical damage when you complete the room. It'll glitch out sometimes. Yeah, being able to see one fewer room ahead is really dangerous, because obviously you don't know what dead landmines you're going into, so we need to resolve that ASAP. Resolve that ASAP. Let's see if this pledge gets us lucky. Let's do a Temporalis run? No, thank you. I do at one point want to do a Temporalis run for Thorns, because I do genuinely think I can pull off a Temporalis Thorns run. But, not this league. Not this league. It is on my list of things to do, though. I really think I can pull off a Temporalis Thorns challenge. Well, it depends on how Temporalis runs interact with block. If blocking stuff doesn't make you, like, get fucked over by, yeah, block's overpowered.
The foe ahead is formidable.
You just block everything. Raise shield.
Beware of the birds.
I've done a billion no-hit runs with Thorns, like, in practice, where you just, like, take no damage because you're blocking.
Shall aid you. Go with
Now, there's a difference between doing it in, like, a half-assed run and then, you know, doing it for real when there's, like, you know, a $17,000 against a, you know, Last Flame on the line, but
with strength.
blocking overpowered. When you block something with Raise Shield or just, passive block, you don't take damage, you don't lose the honor, so you just have to make sure you, block your way through it. And then, yeah, there's also things like Sorcery Ward and Darkness that both cheese against the Last Flame runs. So, if I was doing Thorns on a Chayula or a Witch Hunter, it gets even easier. But even without abusing those, I think with Ray Shield, you could handle it. I was actually practicing to do a Last Flame run at one point last league for Thorns. We got the bug where no rare spawns, lame. Lame. But I was actually practicing to do a Last Flame run on Thorns last league, but then when I was practicing for it, that's when we discovered the Righteous Fire Roa build. And then I was like, oh, well, we're going to go play that build now. And I just never went back to... I think I quit the league after the Righteous Fire Roa, so... I hate this bug when you get this long part. No rares. No rares. Oh.
In the desert.
I knew that seeing one fewer ahead was going to lead us into some landmines. It's okay, 50% increased monster life is like the easiest of the bad ones, so... See, I can even eat the nukes from the bombs, despite having 0 fire res. The Comb, Sacrifice of Flesh, Defiance of Destiny combos. Super nice, super nice, super nice. I hope so. I hope so, folk. I can't wait to see the 0.5 patch notes. Oops, that's gonna be bad. We ate both of those. We barely lost any honor. Honor resistance for the win. Ah! We're fine. Didn't eat that one.
Good riddance.
But how long does it take you to clear the campaign? Not very long. If I'm using Twink gear, I fly through it. I don't know, like 5 hours. If I'm using like leveling gear, like I have a Twink setup and I just like if I'm like blasting, like 5 hours. Speedrunners do it faster than that. With like bad gear, so you know, go watch any of the good speedrunners like Crimson and shit. But yeah, with good gear you can fly through the campaign. Like Thorns is a fast leveling build. You've got the Thunderstorm leveling build that's super fast. Basically, any build with Twink gear lets you fly through the campaign, though. Okay, we can see one fewer ahead now. So hopefully that prevents us from future tragedies. I forget you can just control click these. I'm bad. Okay, no evasion's fine. But yeah, you can really fly through the PoE campaign and once you have gear for sure.
I would give anything for a sip.
Act 1 and Act 2 are usually pretty fast for me. I think I can clear those in like 90 minutes to 2 hours on average. Act 3 is where... I'm getting a little bit better Act 3. Act 3 doesn't take me as long. Act 4 is still where I'm slowest right now. I think Act 4 is really awkward. The The tells aren't super obvious to me.
Two ancient guardians await you ahead.
Interludes are fast as fuck. Interludes are a joke.
Be light on your feet. Press the assault. That was an impressive display.
Act 3 feels twice as long as the other acts, but I promise you, I mean, maybe it's just because I suck, but I'm pretty sure Act 4 is the longest.
Onwards, always. A wise judge. Onwards, always.
But Act 3 is just super annoying. You could remove waterways, and it would still be long.
Good riddance. I would give anything for a sip.
Where'd he go? The ocean's on.
A great challenge overcome. The ritual has been disrupted. A moment.
Like, what's giving the damage? This ring and my maximum life. Attacks have added physical damage equal to a % of maximum life. So I'm life stacking. And then this just deals damage, you know. This does 3.6x my damage as elemental damage. So you just get a lot of flat physical. And then the bow does the rest. So get that life high, and then gotta stack life recovery so you don't die to the rings, because the rings kill you. I don't think I have Hair's Foot, do I? I don't. No, I'm still going super slow. Hair's Foot?
A while
Yay!
with intent.
Yay!
Always onwards.
I mean, I really like Act 4. It's fun, but it's definitely the longest. Oh yeah, we zooming now. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
That was almost a challenge.
Stand tall.
I don't mind less Sacred Water found at this point. I don't know, Secret. I haven't seen that on the trade site, but maybe. That's like a goofy ass route.
Impressive endurance. Rest a while.
Yeah, I know that Miso and JTX have played this skill, but not this league. I have not seen many Spiral Volley enjoyers, but that's just because Heralds are so good.
Beware
Why'd he play Spiral Volley, you know? But this build actually doesn't use Herald, so... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only specific leaks. I have no idea if this is one of the uniques or not. I mean, I doubt this is a hardcore... This is a Veil of Night build. I don't think Veil of Night builds are typically hardcore viable.
Go with strength. Use that way.
0 resistance, you know. One mistake and... Pop. Well, depending on which mistake you make. I'm pretty tanky now.
A traitor and a Jingak. What a fitting pair.
Impressive endurance.
I'm taking pointers from Prada, Protag. I'm just putting the craziest titles on all of my stuff now. This is the best bow build you've ever seen, bar none. Name one bow build better, but you can't. Done. Time's up. Only you would have answered faster. But it's too late to submit. Confirmed best bow build ever. I did a temple run earlier though. I killed Ziri, you missed it. Does that count as a temple run? And it's Ziri kill with 11 rooms? I felt like a Chad after that.
A great challenge overcome. I would give anything for a sip. Ritual has been disrupted. I shall.
You selling me something? Oh my god, she's selling me things. So cool.
The choice is made.
Time works against you, but I am its master.
It's weird. This skill has like a same feel that Whirling Assault does. Like you press it and you do like a little like semi momentum based spin, but it's like projectile based, smoother, faster. Doesn't require AoE scaling.
Stand tall.
The melee life, it's always a struggle.
Good riddance.
Should have probably taken the gold key at this point.
Proof of a prowess.
A great challenge overcome. I would give anything for a sip.
Zuruk time. He's got a percent increased maximum life, but he should still be
Your
easy.
defeat has
I don't
been
remember what boons we got. I think we got most of the good ones. I can't remember though.
There can be no escape. Watch your step.
It's funny how tanky the percent increased maximum life makes them.
This changes nothing. This cannot be. It is not.
He's still feeling pretty fast though. Hey! The run paid for itself. A vase relic. Yay! What's my DPS? Probably close to 1 million. But this is like against the Darkness Arc, so he took 75% less damage, so you know. That's not spirit. Nothing good from the Mysteriouses. Unforge. Unforge. Alright. ATD run done. Not bad, not bad. Alright, let's do a few maps. Did I not finish a creek, apparently? Oh, we just probably did the temple and then we left without killing the boss. Lol. I mean, I'm not really trying to explore the Atlas at this point. I don't really care about finding more citadels because there's plenty up that I haven't cleared. So let's just do, like, maps that are fun. And get some more temple juice. Apparently I cleared Abyss cells across the way. I've never used any of the relics you get from Sanctum. Mon playing with the vase does. Yeah, it's what makes Against the Darkness drop. That's that jewel I've been farming for. It's the only way you get Against the Darkness. So you have to put the vase in when you do the run. What it does is it makes the final boss... The whole run stays the same except for the final boss. The final boss takes 100% less damage, so he's a lot harder to kill. And he does 75% more damage, so he hits a lot harder. So he's more dangerous and tankier. But that's the only change for the run. And then you kill him, and yeah, you get Against the Darkness. Yeah, no problem. Sanctum is an acquired taste, but if you end up enjoying it, it's one of the best and most consistent farms, so it is definitely worth learning at some point. Unless you don't like the Sanctum farm, you know. That's the glory of PoE is, you can do whatever the hell you want, you know? What does the other one do? Well, there's a lot of them. I don't know what 2 of them do because they're really bad, but the expensive one is what, it's called Last Flame. You can't take any damage during the entire run. If you take any damage, Or it's like a life loss. If you lose any life loss or energy shield loss, because you can take damage, like in if like Sorcery Ward and Chayula Monk negate it. But essentially, it's like a no-hit run. You take any damage at any point, you lose, and if you kill Zarok, the final boss, you get Temporalis. Temporalis sells for 7 mirrors. I'm sure most people are aware of what Temporalis is. It's, you know, yeah. So, it's also super rare to get the key for that one. It's very, very rare. I've seen one drop in my hundreds and hundreds of Sanctum runs. So don't expect to get a Last Flame. But if you do complete a Last Flame run, you get a 100% chance at Temporalis, which again sells for 7 mirrors. So if you're someone who is really good at Temporalis runs, you buy those Last Flames for 3 mirrors, you do the run, and then you sell the Temporalis for 7 mirrors, and, you know, it is a good currency flip for skilled players with good builds. How stressful is that no-hit run? It depends on your build. Obviously, if, like, you know, it's stressful for people who haven't done it before, but there's lots of ways to mitigate the damage, and, like, if you're doing, like, an actual no-hit run, you know, it'd be really hard, but there's, like, ways you can, like, you know, cheese it. So, it is hard. It is very hard. And it is probably stressful, but I have practiced them, just, like, not actually doing the no-hit run, but, you know, just making sure I'm not taking any damage, and I've cleared second life before with no hits, so. Even eating 2 firebombs like that with 0 fire res, I don't die. That's how tanky the build ends up being, with all the damage loss prevention. Did you try it on Bulletstorm Witch Hunter? I've never done a no-hit run before. Oh, you mean like just like fake practicing? I mean, yeah. The Bulletstorm was so easy to do no-hit runs on. Hey, good luck, Klaus. Have a good night, man. I'll probably see you sometime in a week. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow, so good luck on the chalupa. But yeah, Temporalis runs are like, they're definitely not like a breeze, but you know, once you know how to do them and you have a build for them, they're not the hardest thing in the, in the world. Definitely a good challenge for the game, though, you know. Something I want to do at some point. A Thorns Temporalis run will happen eventually. Maybe Crazy. That would be the next build. I'm not sure. Like, there's at some point I have to take a break before 0.5, so, like, I can degen 0.5 hard, you know? Hey, what's up, Izzy? Yeah, I mean, it feels like it, you know. Classic PoE community already getting themselves overhyped, but, I mean, it has to be massive, so. I am super excited. I'm gonna be, like, I own my own company, so, you know, I can make my own hours, but I've already made it clear that when 0.5 comes out, it's gonna be a month off of work. It's like, not like an actual full month off work, but it's gonna be, like, you know, I'm gonna be degen in this game. There's gonna be, we're gonna be releasing a major patch right before 0.5 comes out, so I can chill for a bit. I didn't clear that temple, apparently. Oh, I did. Okay. I see it checkmarked on the map. Yeah, that's basically what I've been trying to tell people, Izzy. It's like, GGG's basically been working on this patch for, like, 2 cycles, you know? This league itself was like a shell of what a league should have been, you know? It's missing in a whole section of its patch. So this next patch is, like, gonna be, you know, 2 patches of content, you know? Oh, yeah. I mean, that is a good cheese for sure, Samurai. Not a cheese I'm a fan of. I wouldn't want to be waiting for that buff each time, but that is a good cheese build for sure. If you wanted to do, like, the easiest, safest, most brain-off to guarantee yourself a Temporalis, that sounds good to me, man. It's crazy how often I see that, no Piz. Like, to me, like, I mean, obviously don't have the most MTX from PoE1, so it's not a big deal to me. But there are a lot of people who constantly say they want all their MTX ported over ASAP. It is a big request, so I imagine it's happening before long. Nope, I ate that in Feeble. Rip. Oh, got stunned. I might die here. Don't have enough damage for Demolarium juice yet. I feel the damage loss of Spectral, whatever this is called, Spiral Volley, whenever I don't have Frenzy charges. Like, a lot of these volleys aren't frenzy charged. The Delirium Abyss be tanky. That is a thick-ass rare. Oh, damn. I thought he was outside of the puddle. That guy was a beef boy. Yeah, we need those 5% rings if we want to do Juice Delirium Abyss maps. Little bit tanky on the Abyss mobs. Everything else is kind of falling over, especially if I got the Frenzy charges. The 3 Frenzy charges helps a lot. And where we don't have that, it's a bit dicey. Oh, I just dodge rolled straight into that Enfeeble. Obviously doesn't help either.
Try and keep up. Don't lose sight of it. The spirit's made his choice. Time to finish this. That were a good hunt.
Yeah, fortunately I don't have much elemental penetration with this build. Oh, that was a I didn't see Omniphobia there at all. I almost just got splatted by him. I'm shocked at how tanky this build ended up being. I feel like I should have splatted 100 times this map. This is 0 resistance. I'm doing a Delirium Juice, Breach Abyss. The map is full mods. Defiance of Destiny plus Sacrifice of Fest. I have greatly slept on that combination. Like, obviously knew it would be tanky as fuck, but The fact that I'm not getting splat randomly with combs be super nice. I mean, yeah, like if we're able to purchase the cosmetics they poured over, I would like, you know, swipe. I mean, yeah, they've already started doing that with breach models, so it also means they go both ways. So, how many of you guys are playing the PoE 1 League? Or a lot of you planning on going hard? I'll definitely be delving. I can't skip the delve buffs. I have to check out the delve buffs. Obviously, nothing changed about delve. What changed is you can't get fossils outside of delve. So delve's actually exactly the same as far as I understand. It's just more profitable.
It's getting away.
So that's gonna be fucking awesome. That sounds cool, Samurai. I missed the temple, apparently. I mean, I'm already, like, playing the PoE 2 League this deep in, and this is without the endgame rework. Like, this could very likely be my last... Like, not for just, like, not wanting to enjoy the game, but, like... I don't know if I'm gonna have time for PoE 1 in the future once, like, PoE 1's endgame is better. Or PoE 2's endgame is better. Because... Look how long I'm already playing this season. Like, this time next season, you know, when we're getting close to the PoE 1 League, it's like... I could still be wanting to grind. Like, it's crazy I already want to play it this much. Where the hell is this mob? You? Am I hoed on the temple? I might be hoed on the temple. Oh, there it is. No? Unfortunate, I guess. That's basically where I'm at, no piz. Basically where I'm at. Okay. Unfortunate. Didn't get any temple juice. Unfortunate. Let's do some basses. Oh, must also. Not anymore. I mean, there's no stopping inflation as the league progresses. I feel like the economy is relative to as it was last week. Like, you know how that you stop this kind of inflation? GGG starts taking exploits seriously and starts banning people who do shit that, like, put us in this kind of state. But they just kind of, like, GGG's mentality around, like, economy manipulation and exploits is, like, if it happens, it's because we allowed it to happen by not putting enough safeguards in. And they're like, the players aren't the fault. They're just playing the game the way they want to. They've set this precedent where, like, if GGG lets something slip through the cracks, they can abuse it. So that's generally how you, like, stop it from rampantly getting out of control, is GGG needs to start, like, punishing and temp banning people who, like, you know, obviously exploit the economy and, like, you know, they need to start, like, hot-fixing stuff mid-league more often, but they have a very, we release it, and we don't make changes until next league type mentality. Now, once they've done their patch, any mid-league changes that are drastic are gonna piss people off, and we can't have that. So, they just kind of let it happen. So, but a lot of it is because, like, they don't, like, ever, like, this is the only company that doesn't ban players for economy exploits. Like, obviously, if you dupe something, like, they've banned people for duping the ritual bug and stuff, but, like, that was, like, a giga exploit, like, cheating, right? But, like, they need to do that, like, all the time. They need to temp ban people who are, like, anyone who, like, I would not have been upset if anyone who abused Holton got temp banned. But GGG will never do that. And they should only start doing that if they're consistent doing it, right? Like, they can't just, like, fire by the hip and randomly choose isn't there. They need policies in place that, like, determine which of these things is bad and not, but, like, it has become almost accepted by the community to, like, look for these things, you know? And, those people are always gonna find those exploits. There will always be something in the economy that the juicers will abuse to make things inflate. Which is fine. That's just Pee-wee, though. I think, if you generally have a problem with inflation in the state of the economy, you just gotta go play Still of Self-Found. Like, this is not going to be the only league this happens, and in fact, I imagine it's gonna happen more than half the leagues, where something crazy happens, where people get to inflate the economy and get an advantage in specific ways. That's just kind of like the joy that some of those players play for. They like looking for the... I mean, yeah, divine per hour is a statement for a reason, because a lot of people take that seriously, so... It's always gonna happen. Love that armor set? Yeah, me too. Echoes of the Maven. Big fan. I use it on a lot of characters. It's like my go-to right now. I assume at some point, Ludwig. I assume at some point. You have to look at it from this way. Not from a player's, like, quality of life perspective, but from a money perspective. Will GGG add more stash tabs? Yes. Yeah, the answer to that is yes, because it prints their money. GGG is a company that likes money. That was some crazy verse. Easy peasy. Yeah, a tab, yes, a tablet tab would be fucking amazing. But no, GGG will make a tablet for all the, or tab for all the tabs, so I have full faith in that at some point. But yeah, a tablet tab would be fucking massive right now. Especially, like, as we get more mechanics, you know, like next league is gonna start dropping temple tablets, you know? Like, every league will start dropping a new tablet, so at some point we're gonna have so many flavors of tablets, like, they're gonna be like scarabs, essentially. And you have a scarab tab, so... Is the Rain of Arrow scaling bad? No. Rain of Arrows is doing great. I'm using it all the time on bosses. One shot's a lot of rares, basically. There's definitely a new tablet coming next league. I imagine 0.5 is going to be just cracked. Look what PoE just got. PoE 1 just got. This patch is going to be bigger because it's had more prep time. And this PoE 1 league looks like a banger, so... I have full faith 0.5 is going to be S tier. I'm sure someone will give it a 0.5 again, but everyone else will enjoy it. Or a 5 out of 10, I mean, not 0.5. Boost time. Yeah, I mean, a Biz tab would be nice, especially as we get more shit for it. Crap again. Oh, man. Why Breach Boss be that way? Where's my Ul Natals? Did they announce the cosmetics for the the PoE 1 League yet? Not the supporter pack ones, but the ones you get for playing the game. I always like floaty ones. Alright, here's this time. Yeah, the Maven one's like... The Maven one's sick. I'm super glad I got it. Because it's freaking cool. You can just straight up eat those, it's so funny. I forgot to barrage that, and they still hit hard as hell though. Alright, Ulna Tolls, let's go. Give me that 100 Divine. Was controlled metamorphosis self or unidentified? 1.6 Divine, not great. How much does this one sell for? Crap. I don't think Rain of Arrows would be good for aggravate, bleed, or bleed at all. It attacks too fast. If you're gonna do any ailment with it, it would probably be poison or ignite, but not bleed. Rain of Arrows is like a lot of hits really fast, and even with like Crimson Assault, it wouldn't translate to a lot of good DPS. If you did anything, it'd be poison, though. But you're not doing poison on this build, probably. I mean, you could, but... It'd have to be a completely different setup. It wouldn't be the bow I'm using. You would just do a poison bow build, and at that point, you're probably just going to play, you know, one of the normal poison bow skills. Alright, I need to go get a drink and a snack, and then we're going to do some more stuff. So I am going to be right back a couple minutes. Alright, sorry, I am back. I am back. I had to go get a snack. Oops. Oh.
Whatever comes my way, I'm ready.
Read Veil of the Night. Read what my helmet does. GGG 503. What in the tarnation? Veil of the Night builds, bro. They are a different breed. It's not as scary as you would think because of my neck and one of my jewels I have. Because of, well, okay, so one, low resistance, no resistance seems scary. Obviously, some things will hit me hard every once in a while. But a few things. One, we have 8,400 life. That's a big damage prevention pull. But what's most important is these two things. One, I have Defiance of Destiny. I recover 20% of missing life before each hit by an enemy. So 20% of the damage I'm taking, I recover before I get hit. And then I also have Sacrifice of Flesh. When taking damage from hits, 20% of life loss is prevented, and then 150% life loss is prevented this way is lost over 4 seconds. So I've got two instances of things that are preventing damage that, like, because of these two things, I don't think I've died on stream today. I almost never die, so. I'm sure if you did, like, the worst modifiers on a map, doing the worst, like, Abyss stuff, in a 6-player map or whatever, you know, just crazy shit, you'd rip, but when you're playing, you know, smart, it goes well. It's a really fun build. I'm really happy with this one. It is super cool. There's a lot of weird shit going on here. Because that's just the Veil of the Night, right? But there's, like, the whole bow tech, like, this entire build is pretty cool, in my opinion. But it's my first Veil of the Night build myself. They've been around since, I don't know if they've been around since 0.1 or 0.2, but
That was close.
they've been around.
Oasis in the desert.
Yeah, I mean, that's how this build came together. This was like me doing like a concept that I had no idea was going to work. It was like, oh, let's just have fun with my last build of the league. It's a fun build. The way it started was my last character was a life stacker. I was playing a life stacking bleed werewolf, and when I was learning about life stacking, I found this ring. Bursting Decay. Attacks have added physical damage that deal equal to 3% of your maximum life. So you do a lot more physical damage based off of your maximum life. Cool thing about Ritualist is you get 3 rings, and then you of course get the 25% increased effect of the bonus of your rings. So with 3 rings and the increased effect, you're getting a lot of value out of this attacks gain physical damage equal to 3% of your maximum life. You pair it with a bow like Doomfletch, which is a really bad bow on paper. I don't think I've ever seen a Doomfletch bow in PoE 2. But its bottom line reads, attacks with this weapon gain 119% of physical damage as extra damage of each element. So I do 100, let's say I do 100 physical damage. I'm also going to do 119 cold, 119 fire, and 119 lightning. So it's essentially 3.6x my damage. But it's just got a shit base physical damage. So that's what makes it really bad. But because we're scaling its physical damage so much with 3 of these rings, while life stacking, we end up being just, it's just like the perfect synergy for this build. It's like all the pieces come together perfectly. Now the ring has this downside of lose 5% of maximum life per second. That's actually more than 5% because I have the 25% increased effect from rings. And I have 3 of these rings. So if you see me take off like my belt, for instance, watch this. My life starts tanking. That's because I am bleeding life so much. But I have a bunch of like life recovery stuff. In all of my sockets, basically I have some form of life regen. So yeah, it's like a lot of pieces had to come together to pull the build off, but it ended up being, like, as you can see, I'm doing Against the Darkness runs. It's obviously not the best build on the planet. Title's clickbait, clearly. But, it ended up being not just a good build, but in my opinion, a very good build. I don't think it's better than, like, a standard Spiral Volley build. I'm sure... I mean, I would have to see how Miso's or JTX's Spiral Volley builds go, but, one of the things was, like, with Comb's Heart, you have no spirit. So how do you clear without heralds? Like, how do you clear without heralds when you're using an attack skill? Well, that's where Spiral Volley comes in. Spiral Volley, as you can see, with frenzy charges, it chains. So it has been all the clear I've needed to handle, like, everything. You know, my mapping's good, my AoE is huge. As you can see here, it's not like my passive tree is full of, like, damage stuff. It's almost all life recovery and, like, strength stacking and life stacking, you know? The only damage stuff I have is right here, and, right here, and right here. I guess it's right here, too. But the rest is, like, focused on survivability. I guess the rage stuff, too. But it's not like I'm, like, floating through all the crit stuff, or, like, all the attack stuff, or, like, projectile speed stuff, you know? It is very much a focus on stacking as much life as possible, getting your life regen high enough so the rings aren't killing you, and then the bow does the rest. The bow does the rest. And then, of course, again, adding in the recover 20% of missing life before being hit from Defiance of Destiny, and then, you know, sacrifice the flesh, you know. As long as you're not eating like an Arbiter fire attack, you're not going to get one shot. I mean, that's how most of my builds look too, shotgun, you know. This is like the most unique build in terms of like itemization I've played this patch. Probably the entire game, to be honest. I've never used a build with this many uniques. I think I'm using 2 rares, my quiver and my boots. I've never used this many uniques outside of maybe like weird thorn setups. And, like, these are a bunch of uniques I've never used before. Like, I know a lot of these are pretty meta uniques, like Darkness Enthroned's not new, Hateforge definitely isn't new. I don't think I've seen Bursting Decay builds. Comb's Veil of Night builds are pretty common, I wouldn't say pretty common, but they've been around. Defiance of Destiny is in some builds, it's just, like, most builds prefer +3 skills, right? I've never seen anyone use Doomfletch in PoE 2, though. I'm sure someone has. I'm not saying I'm the first, but this is definitely like a lot of things I've never used before. So it's super fun. I love doing new shit because you just learn a lot during the process. Like, there's so much I've learned off of the last 2 life stacking builds that I'm pretty confident I can make a god tier life stacker going into 0.5. Like, I'm probably just like, even if we don't get life stacking buffs, I'm gonna make a good life stacker.
The foe ahead is formidable. Steel yourself. Stand clear.
Yeah, I can't wait for 0.5. I can't wait for 0.5, you guys. It's gonna be so fun.
Always onwards. Onwards. Always.
Yeah, this build has been hella fun to cook up, and it's still got a lot of optimization I can do. Not a lot. We can get a better Combs. We need a Combs with physical damage reduction. You can get a chant that's like 4% physical damage reduction. So we need to get a Combs with a high life roll with the physical damage reduction. We need to get a Hateforge with attack speed. We can get a Hateforge with 25% attack speed. And then both of our rings need to be replaced. both of these rings can be replaced with, my bottom line reads attacks have added physical damage equal to 3% of maximum life, right? That can roll up to 4%. And if we have both of those at 4%, the 25% increases that to 5%. So by getting 4% rings, we end up increasing our DPS not by 1%, by 2% per ring, which ends up being a 6%. Like, it ends up being fucking massive. So we really need to get 4% physical damage as maximum life rings. And then, of course, Hate Forge with 25% attack speed. I think next is Hate Forge with 25% attack speed. And then we're either going to try crafting a Combs with PDR or start trying to craft for rings. And yeah, it's my first time playing Spiral Volley. Spiral Volley ends up being like a lot more fun than I expected. It doesn't look very cool when you're like watching it. You're like, oh, okay, that's whatever. But it's like actually like kind of a better whirling assault. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's super fun. This is like my second or third bow build shotgun, funny enough. I almost never do anything that's not like life strength stacking builds. And what's funny is I finally do a bow build and I'm life strength stacking on it. I'm doing the weirdest fucking bow build out there. I finally get around to doing one and I'm just doing what I always do anyway. I am a simp for the bottom left hand side of the tree.
Good riddance.
Though I do builds all over the tree, but I definitely prefer the bottom left. What do you mean by no corrupted blood for 15% more damage? I don't know what you're recommending me to do. I mean, I've played like every type of build. If you look at my YouTube channel, I've played I played minion builds, I played caster builds, but I definitely have a tendency to the bottom side of the tree. I've played every Ascendancy multiple times at this point, but my #1 most played Ascendancy is Witch Hunter. Witch Hunter and Titan, probably. Depending on what happens with Oracle, I could see Oracle being my new third. But it depends on if we get swords and stuff. I meant to go up. I didn't mean to take that rewards are unknown. Oops. Autopilot brain. I don't think that's how it works. 15% more damage. Oh shit, it does. I didn't realize that. I don't think I've ever read this bottom line right here, ever. How do you blood boil people? You just have to be near them and they get blood boils? When did they add this line? That's new as 0.4? Bruh, why has no one told me that? That's so funny. I mean, yes, if this is 15% more damage for free, you absolutely take that. So you would drop that 3% move speed for Blood Boil for sure. I did not realize they changed that. Yeah. 15% more damage is 15% more damage, you know? Well, thanks for pointing that out to me. I had completely missed that line. I almost feel like that line of tech should be a part of Blood Boil itself, but, you know, I can't really blame GGG for that. This is, like, on me for not, like, reading the full text or, like, remembering the full patch notes. Because I've read this. I've moused over Blood Boil since this patch, and I've fully reread this. And if anywhere on this it said enemies affected by Blood Boil got 15% more damage, I would have been like, oh, okay, I'll use it. It's just for some reason, you know, like, that I just never read it right here. Probably didn't even, like, register that that had been added. I mean, before, yes. Like, no, like, this is why I have this setup. Blood Boil in every previous patch was pretty fucking useless, to where basically every Ritualist looked like this. Except most wouldn't take Wild Blood Persistence because they're not playing life recovery builds, and they would take the increased charges gained. Like, before this patch, like, this is what your average Ritualist tree always looked like. Blood Boil was fucking useless for, like, 95% of the Ritualist builds. Not all of them, but most. But, yeah, 15% more damage is 15% more damage, so if you're gonna tell me at this point I could optimize my build more for, like, 15% more damage, I would have been like, probably not. But that does it. More is good. I'm always down for more damage. Getting crazy server lag tonight. Everyone's playing or something. Ooh, this is a good shop. Oof, couldn't get that too. Oh well. Can I refund passes at Babala? Alright. We'll try out Blood Boil now. How much what would do in a fully built temple? My build right here? Probably couldn't handle a fully built temple. Not for carrying. If you're talking about, like, a fully built temple with, like, a full party of, like, a 6-stack, it couldn't do, like, temple carry runs like that people want to do for, like, the Giga Juice currency. Could it handle a solo temple that's, like, 50 plus rooms? Maybe. Player stacking adds a lot to the difficulty, so it could get pretty far with temple, for sure, but would it be able to do, like, the Giga runs? No. You really need crazy damage for this, and while this build ended up being good for an off-meta build, it's not like, you know, temple farming builds are cray-cray. What is this lag? No, it's not 10 million DPS. Right now, I'm doing about 1 million DPS. When fully optimized, I'm guessing we're going to be doing around 2 to 3 million DPS. Maybe 4 to 5. But that would be like, you know. And that's single target. Our AoE, I don't know. We'll see. It depends. This could get a lot more damage, but we're going to have to get currency to see. I do plan on trying to build a temple with the character at some point, so. Or maybe I'll just go do a duo temple with someone and we can, like, do a light test. Well, that'll be like 3 to 4 million DPS with like a 1 to 2 mirror budget, you know, so.
I would give anything for a sip.
I like Spiral Volley.
Ritual has been disrupted
And I like this build. I could see me playing this build in another league.
in the desert. Ritual has been disrupted. Beware the scorpion sting.
Goodbye, Scorpo.
This was the end of the trial in my time. But I sense another being resides
Goodbye,
here.
Scorpo.
Perhaps you can challenge them, if you can find them. I shall aid you. Fight with intent. You always on the choice. We will fight with intent.
Well, we've got all the relics. I don't know about all of them, but we got a lot of them. I don't think we've gotten many of the bad boons. I think this has been a pretty chill run. Yeah, we're fine. We can handle fewer merchant choices at this point.
Do you truly want to pursue here? You will suffer the same fate as Varashta.
Same fate as Varashta. And as soon as we get a single spirit ATD, we're swimming in currency. Maybe this is the run, boys. Maybe this is the run. Just gotta turn around.
Good riddance.
What boon could you possibly give me? Where are you hiding?
For you, I is of the essence, but it is of no consequence to me.
Oh, I blew that.
Greetings. Fight with intent. Good riddance.
All right. Uno mas.
Stand tall.
All right, boys. Spirit gem time.
Your defeat has
Few
been
thousand
predestined.
divine incoming.
Written in the sands.
Messing with time. Hardly seems fair.
That damage ramp's so annoying for the armor break.
Rid yourself of your delusions.
Okay, get him in the middle.
Your fate binds you.
Alright. Goodbye against the darkness,
This is
Zarok.
the future I had for
Give me that against the darkness. Ooh, we got another vase relic. That's back-to-back vase relics. The runs are paying for themselves. Yay! Alright, boys. If you've never done Against the Darkness runs, one, you do them by using one of these vases whenever you do the run. So that's how you do Against the Darkness runs. You just gotta slap one of these vases in. They make Zarok deal 100% more damage and take 75% less damage. That's why he died kind of slow there. He's tankier. But if you kill him, he always drops one of these. Now, every single one of these sells for 70 divine. So no matter which one you get, it makes you money. These are 40 divine each, so if you can guarantee clearing the run, you will always make 30 divine per run. Because these come unidentified, and you can 3-to-1 them, so gamblers want to pay for the bad ones just for a chance to gamble for the good ones. Now, normally throughout most of the league, a lot of these have value, but at this point, literally every single one of them sells for the base 70 divine, except for ones that have spirit on them. It's just an end of the league problem, but if it has spirit on it, I'll just go ahead and show you. Against the Darkness. So let's look at the, let's clear this. Against the Darkness. Corrupted, no. So everyone drops and it's not corrupted. And as you can see here, they sell for 70 divine each. Doesn't matter which one it is. This is 8 to maximum life and 2% damage is extra lightning damage, fire damage int. Like all of them sell for 70 divine uncorrupted. So no matter what, you get to make that 70 divine if you get a bad one at this point. Earlier in the league, it's a lot better profit, but it's still good profit at this point. But what makes it a jackpot is this line right here. Notable passive skills and radius grant number to spirit. This is how spirit stackers get to crazy amounts of spirit. If you find one of these, even the worst ones are selling for 2,500 divine right now. You think you want 12 plus spirit per notable with reduced ignite duration? No, but it's still better than, you know, if you're spirit stacking, you're gonna want it. Now, if you look at the good ones, actually, it's just like, here's one with 3% increased strength. So it looks like they're all about 3,000 divine right now. I'm sure there's some really good ones that are higher, but it looks like we're seeing a lot of the mod rolls. Like here's Chaos Res and Spirit for about 3,000 divine. So if at any point you hit a Spirit one, it's an instant 3k divine. And we're about to hit one right here. Some bullshit. Now, the other thing about Sanctum is, let's just say, like, it's beginning of the league, right? I'm being lazy right now. If I was trying to min-max profit, Royal Caches print currency. Rubies, emeralds, sapphires, and then time loss print currency. At this point in the league, I'm not bothering, like, identifying and trying to sell jewels. It would still make a fuckload of money right now because Adorn builds are super popular and powerful. So jewels just constantly sell money. But, like, you have the time lost ones here as well. These sell for insane amounts of currency. I'm not looting them because at this point I'm just being lazy. But your average Sanctum run, especially against the Darkness ones, is quite a bit of divine. And it will always have value. Against the Darkness runs will always have value. Every league. So if you like Sanctum, or don't like hate it, it's a farm that's worth learning. So yeah, here's the normal setup. If you're not doing Against the Darkness runs, and you're just farming Zarok, what you can do is, you see these relics here, these are move speed quantity of relics dropped. Zarok always drops a relic at the end that's unique. And if you get over 100% relic drop chance, he can drop 2 unique relics. That's how I get so many Desperate Alliances. So if you're not doing Desperate Alliance runs and you just want to do the easy Sanctum runs, you just stack a bunch of relic drop chance, and you can even get 3 of these in a run. It's super rare, but you can. But even if you don't want to do Against the Darkness runs, Sanctum is still profitable not doing them. But for me, my setup is I have a Amphora relic with 40% honor resistance and additional merchant choice. And then I have another one with 35% honor resistance and additional merchant choices. So the term merchant choices, that's how you guys see me buying all of the boons. That's how I guarantee getting basically full boons by the end of every run, is the additional merchant choices. And then the honor resistance cap is 75%. So hitting 75% is huge. So you want to prioritize 75% honor resistance over anything else when you get into Sanctum farming. Especially when you're learning, make sure you hit 75% honor resistance. And then you get the 2 additional merchant choices that just makes clearing, just getting good boons easier. In all of these, if you're having trouble with surviving and stuff, you can do, like, if you're doing a life build, you can get % increased maximum life and dodge roll distance. You can do % increased maximum honor resistance. There's a lot of stuff, but when you're min-maxing, you go with 10% increased movement speed. So I have 40% increased movement speed from my relics, and then each of them has 20% increased quantity of relics dropped by monsters. So 80% increased quantity of relics dropped. There is a boon you get that's 30% increased quantity of relic drop. So when I have that, I have over 100% increased quantity of relic drop. That's how I'm not guaranteeing, but getting so many Desperate Reliance runs on my own. Those are expensive relics. I mean, yeah, at this point, we're 2 months into the league, and I've been farming Sanctum for, a while. You usually don't start with move speed relics, You can get quantity ones that are cheap. But obviously, if you're min-maxing, it's going to be expensive. I would get quantity first. But what's cheap is honor resistance. And like getting merchant choice on other ones. Like, you don't need this min-max stuff to do Desperate Alliance runs. You only need the honor resistance, but this is like the Giga min-max setup. And you want to be usually a good build for Against the Darkness runs because, again, he takes 75% less damage and deals more damage. So if you're playing a paper build that can't do damage, it's likely you die. But I have never had problems with the Desperate Alliance build runs, so yeah.
Whatever comes my way, I'm ready.
But Sanctum is definitely an acquired taste. It's not for everybody, and not every build can handle it well. But because of that, not very many people like running it. So that just makes it even more profitable for you.
Great challenge overcome. Impressive endurance.
And the cool thing about the Against the Darkness runs is they're not like the last flame runs that make the entire run harder. Against the Darkness runs only make the final boss harder. So as long as you can have the DPS for the final boss, which I feel like most builds can achieve, you can handle Against the Darkness runs.
That was close.
Give us a good boon to start. Alright, Ornate Dagger out the gate. We take that.
Relish your mortality.
Hey, what's up, Jaboozy? It is a very good visual clarity build, that is for sure. No Heralds helps a lot. And it is not a very projectile-dense build like Bulletstorm was. Bulletstorm didn't use Heralds, but it was just so projectile-dense that, you know, it just cluttered the screen.
Swift magnificence. The foe ahead is formidable. Steel yourself. Stand clear.
I always miss the snipe on this guy. His hitbox is weird. I like aim through him, I guess.
Greetings.
Well, I think it's a little bit different with Ultimatum. We've actually had Farmer on the podcast quite a few times, and this is what Heath says, and a Farmer's like a currency farming god. He thinks, I should have opened that mysterious chest. He thinks Ultimatum is better than Sanctum, but only for the first week. Because everyone wants soul cores, everyone's desperate for Adorned, so that first week, and everyone wants their 4th Ascendancy, and a lot of people can't do their 4th Ascendancy through Sanctum because they're not just good at it, they don't know how, or whatever, so they prefer to run Ultimatum, or so that first week, Ultimatum's more profitable than Sanctum, but consistently speaking, after the first week, Sanctum is more profitable than Ultimatum, but both are profitable. But right now, at this point, Ultimatum's not very profitable, unfortunately. In terms of, like, profit per hour compared to Sanctum, Sanctum's better. right now. Because at Sanctum, you're selling jewels, which are consistent currency. It's ATD's consistent currency. And while the Deadly Fate stuff, they sell well. If you're doing Adorn runs, that's like every 3 self runs you have to do is an Adorn run. So, like, Adorn runs are a way more expensive gamble, way slower gamble. I also have a problem with Ultimatum because you can't... I talked about this yesterday, but you can't speed up Ultimatum. Like in Sanctum, when you're doing the time trials, or not the time trials, like this stuff like right here, you get sped up by having a faster character, right? But when you're doing like the escort thing in Ultimatum, like you're trapped at like 10% movement speed. And then you have like the kill time thing. The kill time thing in Sanctum, when you kill it, a mob, it reduces the timer by 15 per second. A rare, it reduces the timer by 15 seconds. But in Ultimatum, that doesn't happen. You're stuck in the full 90-second timer. And my ADHD hates that. I was a big Ultimatum fan in 0.1 because of how much currency it printed, but it's not near as good as it used to be originally. I don't think that rare had 60 juice on him. Yeah.
Let's plan. The choice is made. Two ancient guardians await you ahead. Be light on your feet. That was an impressive display. I shall aid you.
Nice increased relic effect. We've gotten all the good boons already. Again, that shows you the power of the 2 additional merchant choices. That's why it's so good. It's so good. We have a burrowed worm. I hate the burrowed worms so much. Just show yourself, burrowed worms. Just show yourselves. Why you make me dance around the room looking for you, burrowed worms? Stupid burrowed worms.
Magnificence.
How much would it cost to get a full set of endgame relics for second this? I mean, if you're talking about my full set of relics, the specific uber min-max ones I'd have, it's probably like 400 or 500 divine, but just to get ones that are good enough to do ATD runs, non-mixed max ones, like a divine tops. You only need 75% honor resistance to do Sekimus. That is the only relic stuff you need. Need. You only need the honor resistance. And that is cheap. And then even getting relic drop chance move speed ones is cheap if you're not doing the best rolls. But the fact that literally all of mine are like perfect rolls is why my setup's expensive. But it is not needed at all. You only need, like, you can just increase your honor cap, and then, which is cheap, and then get honor resistance. And, like, easy peasy, Sekimus is doable. Oh! This is my first Sanctum death I've had. What killed me there? Did I die to the trap? Oh my god. Looking at that replay, I'm not even near the trap on my screen. Is it because I'm floating? Let me rewind the YouTube VOD. It did not look like I was even near the tower on my screen. The turret on my screen. It just popped me. I guess I spiral volleyed into it, and it's like splashing off the wall, so I got clipped by it. I guess that's what happened. I should have gone for the spiral volley there, I guess. That's funny. That's a funny death. Yeah, it looks like the spiral volley just, like, barely pushed me into there. I mean, it's my first death I've had in Sekimus in, like, maybe this league, so it's usually not that bad. But when you do die, I did just lose 40-ish divine because I lost the vase that I had. Yeah, that sucks. That's my first death dying to that. So I didn't realize that it looks to me when I watch the YouTube VOD that it's splashing off the wall it's hitting, and I'm just like standing next to where it's splashing, and it just clipped me. And because I have negative fire res, you know, that chunked me down pretty quick. So now I just know to be more careful. What's funny is I've been hit by those traps before, and they don't even come close to killing me, but it's just because it was just splashing into the wall 80 times in a row. It just burst me. That sucks too. We had a really good boon setup. That was a sick run. In terms of like boons, we had that early. The woes of a Veil of the Night build, though. That wouldn't have happened on a non-Veil build, probably. But also won't happen if you don't cast, you know, that skill in that spot. Not the best boon. I'm okay with more monster damage. It's whatever. I never had Blood Boil on. I forgot you had to right click it. I just realized I hadn't been seeing it. What does the Blood Boil debuff look like?
Swift magnificence.
I didn't see a debuff on them.
A moment of respite.
I think that's the blood boils appearing on them. They look like they're blood boiled. Yeah, okay, exploded for corrupted blood. So there's no physical, there's no like actual like UI debuff, but they physically change when they have corrupted blood. Or they the whatever it's called, blood boils. Oh, we got a double vendor chance here, so we're definitely gonna scoop some good boons here. Zoom in. Scooting. Alright, what do you got for me? Hare's foot? Wow.
Always onward.
That's it.
The foe ahead is formidable. Steel yourself.
Okay, what do we get? Reduce merchant prices. Oof. But if we get reduced merchant prices, I don't think I'll be able to afford both. We just gotta go for the urn. Urn's too good to pass up. Oh, yeah, I can't believe they buffed Blood Boil to 15% more damage. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's just free damage.
That was close.
Hone Claws cleanse that. Hey, it cleanse Claws. What do you know?
A great challenge overcome. I would give anything for a sip. Good riddance. Relish your mortality. ritual has been disrupted.
Hi, what makes this the best bow build? Good question. Because I'm using Doomfletch. That's the answer I'm going to go with. How many bow builds do you see doing Doomfletch? Do you even know what Doomfletch is? Exactly.
A great challenge overcome.
But no, I don't know enough about bow builds, but I doubt it's actually the best bow build. I'm taking notes from Prada. Prada always has crazy titles. So I'm doing what Prada does. He's the best. I do what the best does.
That was an impressive display.
Alright, we have enough honor.
Rest a while.
Boom, ornate dagger.
This will help.
I think we're just missing reduced monster life.
Fight with onwards. Always.
How about gas arrow with Infernalists? Oh no, never played gas arrow on a... I'm playing a life stacker build with Doomfletch.
Good riddance. Rest a while. Fight within the choice is made. We will fight within always onwards.
So Doomfletch is a bow that's got really low damage. It's like really bad in general. It's level 30 bow. It can't get higher level than 30, but it has an interesting modifier at the bottom where attacks with this weapon gain 119% of physical damage as extra damage of each element. Which means if I do 100 physical damage, I also do 119 fire, 119 cold, and 119 lightning. So it's essentially 3.6x my damage of elemental damage. But the problem is it's a low physical damage bow. So by using this ring here, Bursting Decay, attacks have physical damage equal to 3% of your maximum life. By using 3 of them, because I'm a Ritualist with Kalandra's Touch, and then by life stacking, I'm able to get this bow that has really low physical damage with a super high physical damage. And to offset the downside of this ring, which is making me burn physical maximum life per second. Right now this ring has lose 5% maximum life per second. This one has 4.55, and I've got 3 of them. By the way, my rings are boosted by a 25% increased boost. If I take off this belt, as you can see here, my life starts tanking. To counteract the life loss, I've just got a fuckload of life recovery basically everywhere. We're regenerating almost 2,000 life per second, which is counteracting the downside of the rings. We're life stacking, so that's our main defensive layer, and our life stacking actually converts us to damage, and because of just how this weapon works, every bit of damage we get is just massive amounts of damage because we're 3.6xing our damage as long as it's physical damage. So it's a really unique and cool build. And then, you know, we're doing stuff like Defiance of Destiny mixed with Sacrifice of Fetch, which is yeah, I tried that quiver 503. It was not good. It was not good. It unfortunately just burnt through. Like, I'm using attacks too frequently. Like, you would need to invest an absurd amount into flask recovery, charge recovery, so you're constantly getting more charges for it. And, like, that investment alone... But, like, even using that quiver, a rare quiver with added physical damage, projectile speed, because projectile speed is more damage because of projectile acceleration 3, then, like, it just the quiver was just, the rare quiver was too much good. Viable without the helmet? Probably not. Oh, I didn't even read where I was going. I didn't see I'm so brain off right now. I didn't see what those things were. Every bit of damage is more flat damage. So if you're not using Veil of Night, which gives you 57% increased maximum life, like, you're going to do significantly less damage. Like, let me take off, like, one of these rings. Like, let me just show you the impact of this ring. Look at my damage right now. We're doing 300,000 with bow shot. Losing one ring is 100,000 damage. Take off Veil of Night is 100,000 damage loss on bow shot. Like, it all scales so hard off of each other. Like, if you're missing any of these pieces, it's significantly less damage, and then, yeah. Can you use other skills other than Spiral Volley on this build? So you specifically need to use skills that are physical damage. And a lot of the bow skills are like converts physical to lightning, converts physical to cold, converts physical to fire. You don't want to use any of those because you want to do physical damage because that's what makes it gain the extra damage. Spiral Volley, and also because of Comb's Heart, which gives us a fuckload of flat life. If you see me take off Combs, my life literally fucking falls in half, right? So you have to use Combs with this build. Look how much damage I lose. Half of my damage. I mean, bow basic attack's an insane amount of damage. On single target, I'm doing Rain of Arrows, and I'm bow shotting between the volleys. So no Spirit means no Heralds. So you have to use a skill that has good AoE clear on its own, and that's Spiral Volley. Spiral Volley has good clear as long as you're getting Frenzy charges. So you can try using other skills, but specifically Spiral Volley is just very good because it is a good AoE clearing skill when you're not using Heralds.
A great challenge overcome.
Hey, what's up, Gringo? Hope you're doing well, bro.
Let's plan.
Alright, now we have every important boon we want.
The ritual has been disrupted. Beware the scorpion sting. This was the end of the lifetime, but I sense another being resides here. Let's plan. Fight with intent. Onwards. Always. The choice is fight. May that serve.
Alright. Final floor. Here we go, boys. Spirit ATD incoming.
Do you truly know what you pursue here? You will suffer the same
Fate as Varashta. Yeah, I've heard that before. But yeah, so Frenzy Charge, or Spiral Volley, it gains Chain when you have Frenzy Charges. And we're generating Frenzy Charges through Spiral Volley via Armor Break 3. Once combined with Uruk Smelting, makes it pretty easy to break armor with Spiral Volley. And then, yeah, once you have the Frenzy Charges, it just clears everything in screen. Even without Frenzy Charges, it does okay, but once it's got the Frenzy Charges, And the more frenzy charges you have, like if you have 3 of them, it does 100% more damage. There's just 30% more damage per frenzy charge consumed. So, yeah, it chunks in mapping. Because you're pretty much always going to have, like if you watch right now, I should have, like, 2 to 3 frenzy charges per spiral volley once, like, mobs start spawning. Like, that gave me 2, and then it just makes them shock. As long as you're hitting enough enemies, you'll keep getting those frenzy charges. Yeah, and usually with attack skills usually almost always required heralds to clear. Which is like, a spiritless build is usually impossible for attack-based builds. But, Spiral Volley specifically is a very good, like, impressively good clear with no heralds. I'm very surprised, though. It's like, it's gonna suck doing a heraldless clear build, because I've done that before. My, potion Pathfinder I did was a heraldless attack build, and like I did the best I could with Shattering Concoction, but it wasn't like, you know, great. And we could have used a Shattering Concoction with this build if we needed to, but that wouldn't have been as fun.
Ritual has been disrupted.
Alright, Zaruk time. Spirit against the darkness time. It's finally happening, boys. How did you get on the float? It's a skin from PoE 1. It's called Echoes of Maven. I think it's from 3.26.
This only ends one way.
Make them go middle. Big snipe incoming. Alright, finish them. Alright, here we go, boys. Spirit ATD. Boom! Double Vase Relic. See, this is why you run the increased relic drop chance. This is what I like. He has a 100% chance to drop a unique relic. And then when you have the 80% increased relic drop chance combined with the 30% from the rune, you get 2 unique relics. And you can hit double Vase Relics. Which this is what we're using to run against a Darkness run. So you're very consistently paying for your runs by running the relic drop chance. And you can occasionally hit 2 of them. Now, you can go many runs with getting 0 in a row. That'll happen. But could you get the mirror relic? Yes, I've gotten the mirror relic. If you go to my YouTube channel, like a week ago, I got it. And it's more than a mirror. It's 3 mirrors. Alright, here we go. If this hits Spirit, we win big. Now, normally when you open chests, you want to open Royal and Time Lost chests first. There's Spectrum caches like this one. These are super rare, but these, I don't think the Emeralds sell well. Let's see what an Emerald sells for unidentified. Oh, no way. It says it's selling for a lot unidentified. Holy shit. Grand Spectrum, Emerald, Miscellaneous, Identified. No. Damn. 100 Divine. What are the chances you play Hardcore Soul Spell next week? I played it this week a lot. So definitely, yeah. I like Hardcore Self-Found. It's just like when you're doing a weird build like this, right? Like most of the builds I do, like I get inspired and I like want to do a fun build like this, right? Like you can't play this build in Hardcore Self-Found, right? But, you know, when I'm in the mood for it, it's fun. So yeah, you want to find the Spectrum caches. Spectrum caches are super rare. Don't expect to get these very often. But yeah, those can be hits. Most of your hits are going to be from Royal caches. Like early on, especially like the first month of the league, because of Adorn, you're just going to be opening Royal caches and then the Time Lost caches. Time Lost caches are probably the first thing you're opening because Time Lost jewels sell for so well. You can open Arcanist. Those will drop Divine Orbs occasionally. Or don't really... Like, early on, you can get extra Exalted Orbs. Arcanists usually aren't worth it because you don't really see perfect orbs drop from them. I don't think they ever added them to the pool. What I like to open, though, especially late in the league, they're called Mysterious Caches. They almost always drop nothing. They'll drop basically anything, but you can get Hinakora's Locks from them. You can get Hinakora's Locks for them. So, as a gambler, you know, and you don't want to deal with, like... Because, like, when you open all of the Royal caches, you got to deal with, like, IDing the set... Look how many jewels you can get per run. If you're actually picking up keys, you can get 20 to 30 jewels per run. So, you're having to ID them, craft them. Like, it ends up being a lot of tedium. But if you like crafting jewels, it ends up being a super good farm. We'll do more ATD runs. Probably streaming for probably a couple more hours. We're probably going to be doing a decently long stream tonight. I won't be streaming it tomorrow, so... yeah. Let's see if this actually sells unidentified for, like, listed for 115 Divine. See if it sells. Add this to the ATD list. So every one of these ATDs I have, these sell for 70 Divine. So this is a 211 Divine right here. For these three, so... yeah, we're doing pretty good on Divine so far. We've made about 300 Divine from these, despite losing the one race relic. We lost the one base relic, so that did suck. But,
Yes, these are us.
hey, later 503. Cheers, man. Yeah, no problem, man. Have a good night.
Kindness of the essence.
I just want to do more ATD runs. I love doing ATD runs. And yeah, I'll probably have a build guide out for it in a couple days, but I want to get a little bit more min-max before I make the final guide. We'll probably have the video guide up before this week's podcast episode. Yeah, I'm probably going to play it. I don't know how much, but I love Delve, and Delve got some great buffs, so I can't help but play a league where Delve's going to print currency, so... yeah, I'll be playing. I probably won't stream it, but I'll probably be playing for a week or so. I'm not sure what build I'll play yet. Maybe Tempest Shield again. Do a Thorns build again.
Swift magnificence. Relish your mortality.
All four of those are like really bad ones. Probably gonna do 50% increased merchant prices, but they're all kind of L's.
The ritual has been disrupted.
when you're doing relic drop chance, you definitely want to avoid the reduced relic cost effect, so never take that one. Because those double base drops are worth it. I missed one.
A clean kill.
I'll do escape trials. They're easy.
Impressive endurance. The ritual has been disrupted. A moment of respite.
What about you guys? How many of you are planning on playing the PoE 1 League?
Stand tall. An oasis in the foe ahead is formidable. Steel yourself. Burn. I knew they would succeed.
I haven't tried Eye Shot. I would have to read it. You don't want anything that converts physical damage.
Onwards.
I tried Tornado Shot early on.
Succeed.
I'll have to try it again now that my damage is scaled way better, but every time I've tried other stuff, my highest single target has either been from a snipe burst or just from using rain of arrows and auto-shotting between. This is about like 1.2 million DPS right now, doing this. Also, what's up, Miso?
Rest a while.
I want to go Berserker on PoE 1. I've never done a Berserker build. The Delve changes. I should try Tornado Shot again. I haven't tried it since level 70-ish. But I haven't tried Eye Shot. I would have to read it. I know, like, if it says like it converts physical to X, then it's not good for the build. Sure. Those are some awkward ones. The Delve buffs have me, like, wanting to do, like, a try-hard Delve build this league. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. I've never done a try-hard Delve. Despite being a Delve fan, I always just do, like, stupid shit in the Delve and then, like, get stuck at, like, depth 500-600. So I might, like, do a meta Delve build and just see if I can push to, like, you know, a few thousand for the fun of it. But Delve's gonna print currency this league. They made it to where fossils only come from Delve now. So that's just gonna, like... And a lot of people don't like doing Delve. It's got, like, a die-hard fan base, but there are plenty of people who don't do Delve, so... It's just gonna make fossils so much better. If you type !build in YouTube chat, Christopher, it'll link you my PoE Ninja. I haven't made any guides for it yet, though. It's unfortunately kind of expensive right now. I don't think it would be this expensive on League Start, but for whatever, I don't know how rare Bursting Decay is and what Bursting to Decay costs like at the start of the league, but for whatever reason, Bursting Decay is super expensive right now. It's 150 to 200 divine per, and for uncorrupted ones, if you're trying to craft them, it's pretty expensive. And the cool thing about Bursting Decay is it rolls to 4% of maximum life for physical damage instead of 3%. But those are like 2,000 divines right now. I guess my Nightbot's not working. Let me link it in that YouTube chat. I don't know why Nightbot's not helping YouTube. There we go. But the cool thing about Doomfletch is, or not Doomfletch, Bursting Decay is, this is my 3%. I've got the cheap ones, but this rolls to 4%. And since I'm a Ritualist, at 25% increased effective ring, if I had both of these at 4% with the Calandra's Touch, that would put them at 5%. So I'm actually missing a good chunk of damage still. Like 6% of maximum life as damage, physical damage, would be a giant chunk more DPS. So at some point, I want to try and craft 4%ers, but they're just so expensive right now, and I have no idea if this is like normally a super expensive ring, or if it's just like, super expensive because it's like end of league, and you know this economy is nuts. But getting 4%ers as a Ritualist would be huge, because that's a massive amount more damage. I want to get a new Hate Forge next with 25% increased attack speed. That's about like 1,500 divine, so that's what I'm saving up for right now. And then after that, I think I'm trying to either get a better Combs with PDR, or start trying to craft better rings. But I'm in love with Spiral Volley. This build's super fun. I assume it doesn't compare to the standard Miso Shiro and JTX Spiral Volley builds. I assume if you were just using a rare bow, it'd be a lot better, but life sacking's fun. This is my first Combs build too. Delve is like its own little side mechanic in PoE 1. It's like it's an alternative to mapping. It's kind of hard to explain. You're just kind of like go deeper, and like it's got, the cool thing about Delve is it's got infinite difficulty scaling. Not infinite, but like the deeper you go, the harder shit is. So it's like a really good test for like specific builds, and it requires almost specialized builds to push deep with. The gameplay loop of it's super like brain off and simple. It's like, but it's cool. I don't know about better, but probably easier to do. Yeah. It's a requirement. I was trying other, like, spells with it, but you have to specifically do physical damage to gain the damage of each element.
Greetings.
You just bring it with you everywhere, Miso. The wiener talk always follows you. Damn, we are getting, damn. We're getting a bad string of boons or afflictions. Lose all Sacred Water on floor completion is an L.
Stand tall. Relish your mortality.
I think I'm at like 40-ish ATDs over the last week-ish. And I've still seen 0 spirits. The spirit is eluding me. Spirits are currently selling for almost 3,000 divine. So just one spirit hit. And I can, you know, buy a new Hate Forge at least. It's kind of funny, like, Spiral Volley feels like almost a lot like Whirling Assault, but it's like better in every way. It's smoother, it's ranged, it doesn't require AoE scaling. You just gotta find some way to get frenzy charges, but it feels a lot like Whirling Assault, but it's just like better. Ooh, nice, we got Ornated Dagger.
Guardians await you ahead.
Easy peasy. Are you using second weapon set? I was at some point for mobility, and then I was testing out that other quiver there for a bit, but not currently, no. At one point I was using a talisman
Was an impressive
for mobility, and then I was testing out Kadiro's Gambit for a bit, but I don't really like it. So no, not right now. I'm not using second weapon set.
I shall aid you. The choice is made.
Where am I going?
A moment of respite.
That's interesting. I don't know what weapon type I would use in weapon set 2. It's like a really weird build. I'd have to look at other, like, weapons that, like, potentially would scale off of physical damage like this one would. I've been so tunnel vision on Doomfletch that I haven't really been thinking about trying to work alternatives, so I'm just trying really hard to make just a Doomfletch build. I haven't actually played Shield Wall yet. Shield Wall is one of the few skills I still haven't touched. This build would be a lot better if I wasn't using combs with it, because if I could use like something like Trinity with it, Trinity with like the tri-element would just be such a damage increase. But I don't think you can ditch combs. Combs is literally doubling my life right now, which is just so much physical damage.
Swift magnificence.
Almost forgot to do that. Yeah, because like when I first started this build, I was just trying to make a bursting decay build because I found this on the Bleed Werewolf, but it didn't really work for the Bleed Werewolf. So this was like the last piece I found, so it was just like, oh, this is kind of cool. But I really like Bursting Decay. It's fun. I just like doing life stacker builds too. It ended up being a good Veil of Night build. I've never played Veil of Night before, but Defiance of Destiny and Sacrifice of Flesh are really tanky. Oops, I already did that. Yeah, that's why I'm pretty much using Rain of Arrows and Bow Shot for single target. Because there's not many physical skills that I can use for bows. It's kind of unfortunate that Rain of Arrows is like... not really a Rain of Arrows. Like, when you compare it to Supporting Fire is Rain of Arrows.
A great challenge overcome. An oasis in the desert. Good riddance. Rest a while.
It helps when I can get the glory snipe off of, but it's... because like, it does a lot of damage. I've got snipe with Zerfi's Infamy right now. This is also my first time playing snipe. But Zerfi's Infamy is cool. I've been having fun using it.
You can challenge them if you can find them. Rest a while.
Oh, boom, we got the relic effect.
Choice is made.
I'm assuming you looked at DM's build? What DM's build? I have not looked at DM's build. I never look at other people's builds. At one point, I was using an ATD, but it's not really worth it in my current setup. I had an ATD right here at some point. But yeah, I've used ATDs and life stackers before. I'm using the strength life ATD on my my bleed werewolf. But it's not much. I had it at one point. It was like 300 life on my current setup. The best spot you can use an ATD on this build is right here. And I would have to give up too many jewel slots to be able to get it. Because to do the ATD successfully here, you need to have the from nothing for whatever this thing's fucking called. And then you just like snipe these points, this point, this point, this point, this point. But yeah, I did try it at one point on this build and the last build. But because of Veil of Night specifically, I need the Sacrifice of Flesh. The Heart of the Well I could probably get away with. The 8% extra life regen's nice. The rest of it's whatever. I need the Grand Spectrums, and I need the Flesh Crucible for Resonance, because Resonance is how I'm getting the Frenzy charges from Armor Break.
A traitor and a Geniac. What a fitting pair.
I don't remember if he played a Ritualist, but none of my rings have maximum life on it, so that's a big L. My rings just give damage. You can get a lot of life on rings if you're playing Titan. Yeah, I mean that's a lot more life too. But 3 rings, you can get maximum life, strength, and all attributes on that, so you have like 3 instances of life on rings. So having 3 rings, or 2 rings with like strength, max life, all attributes, a lot of life. Against Defiance of Destiny does have percent increased maximum life, but you can get rare necks with percent increased maximum life, flat life as the implicit and as a roll, and then strength. So that's another source of a lot more life. My belt doesn't have any life because it's like my belt's 4% life regen per second to counteract the life loss from the rings. Gloves don't have life either. Hate Forge felt unfortunately needed. It would be nice if I could drop Hate Forge, but it just, like, Rage is too overpowered. It's so much damage. Right now it's 54, I'm at 54 rage, so 54% more damage is just so good. I don't know if you noticed this, Miso, I just found this out today. They changed Blood Boil. Blood Boil's base now gives 15% more damage against enemies affected by Blood Boil. So basically anyone in your presence takes 15% more damage. I completely missed that in the patch notes, so I had not been playing Blood Boil until like a few hours ago. I had been doing the old setup where you just take the movement speed and the physical damage as your last node, but that's a big buff to Ritualist. Not big, but definitely nice. Damn, nice, dude. Congrats on your first level 100. How did you get it? Were you temple? Were you temple spamming? Or did you get it through, like, mapping? Either way, it's super impressive. My highest level is 98, and that was a lot of fucking work this league to get him to 98. I played that guy a lot. And to do it on a Chalupa Monk is cool too. I think Chalupa Monk's super slept on.
Time is of the essence, but it is of no consequence to me.
Yeah, it's a big damage increase, and I think people are still a little bit too timid. I mean, for good reasons. Playing without Spirit is a big loss, but I think Darkness is, like, pretty cool. This character was supposed to be a Chalupa Monk build, and I think this build could work on Chalupa Monk. It'll just be interesting to solve the life recovery problem. But I want to do a Chonk build. After I'm done with PoE 1, I might come back for a Chonk build, because Chalupa Monk is just worse Sorcery Ward. I haven't played with it since 0-1, so Sorcery Ward's pretty overpowered. I heard Darkness is pretty busted for this, though, compared to Sorcery Ward, but I have not tried it. I heard there's, like, some blind spots in Sanctum where Sorcery Ward will take damage, but, Darkness won't. But it's not like I do fucking Last Flame runs. Just giving it too much credit. I mean, Sorcery Ward's crazy if you build into it right. Sorcery Ward's really fucking good. I would not be surprised if Sorcery Ward got nerfed in 0.5.
Great challenge. Overcome.
Alright, Zarok. Drop my spirit ATD.
Rage against the shackles of fate, if you so desire.
The boss damage ramp sucks. It takes me so long to get my armor break. Alright, wait till he goes in the middle. Oh, I forgot to expose him. I have exposure on Seismic Cracks. I don't know how else to get exposure for this build.
Makes no odds to me.
But I figured getting some exposure before Snipe, since it's doing Tri-Element, would be decent. Alright, here we go. Spirit. Give me that spirit. Shit. Shit. I guess we're gonna have to do more. Alright guys, that was a nice little late night stream, but I gotta be up early in the morning. I'm going to a friend's house to play board games like a frickin' dork. Probably no stream tomorrow. I will be live probably Monday though. I've been having fun with this build and I want to finish it before Pee Wee 1 League, so yeah, thanks for hanging out everybody. But I'm gonna go to bed. Podcast this Thursday, the day before the Pee Wee 1 League, we'll have Dreadful on, so if I don't see you before the podcast, make sure you check that one out. It's going to be a super fun episode, and yeah. I will see you guys when I see everybody. Have a good night. Are you live, Miso? I don't think he's live if he's chatting in my chat, so I won't host him. Alright, cheers everybody. Have a good night.